Namaste, dear soul. Wherever you are, whether close by or watching from afar, I welcome you here with heart open wide to walk a sacred path side by side. My name is Bibhuti, a doctor by name, but it's not just healing that lit up my flame. I've searched in science, in reason and art, but truth kept calling from deep in my heart. In medicine's halls, I worked with the mind, but deeper questions I longed still to find. Who am I really? What's my true role? Am I just this body or something more whole? The answer I found not in wealth or degree, but in a book that sets inner beings free, a treasure eternal in verses divine. The Bhagavad Gita, God's wisdom in rhyme. What is the Gita? A sacred song. Not just a book, not mere ink on a page, but a whisper of truth that outlives each age. A song that was sung on a battlefield grim, where light met the dark and hearts turned within. Gita, the song, and Bhagavad. Lord, together, a message no blade could afford. A melody born from the lips of the one who shines like 1,000 resplendent suns. 700 verses, a dialogue so pure, a remedy ancient for all to endure. Spoken by Krishna with loving intent to Arjuna, whose courage at war had been spent. But this is not war as we see with our eyes. It's a war within, where illusion lies. A war of confusion, of ego and doubt, and the Gita shows how we can sort it out. The setting, battlefield of the soul. Kurukshetra, the field where warriors stood, bound by their dharma, their clans, and their blood. Arjuna, the hero, his bow held tight, now trembles in sorrow, lost of his might. He sees his teachers, cousins, and kin, and wonders, how can such war be a win? His heart collapses, his hands go numb, and in his silence the Lord's voice will come. For Krishna, his charioteer and guide, now speaks as the self that dwells inside, not just as friend, but the soul's true flame, who speaks beyond caste, beyond title and name. Origin, the Gita in Mahabharata's heart. The Gita is part of Mahabharata's lore, an epic with legends and dharma and war. Authored by Vyasa, the sage so divine, who saw past the veil of both space and time. In Book 6, in Bhishma Parva, it lies, nestled like truth in a forest of cries. Though battles rage and trumpets blare, still, silence descends as Krishna lays bare the secrets of yoga, of karma and grace, of rising through turmoil with God's embrace. It's not a sermon, nor rigid command, but a dance of the soul led by Krishna's hand. Who is Krishna? Who is Arjuna? Who is Krishna, this charioteer divine, the Lord of the cosmos, with mercy as spine? The source of all beings, yet humble in form, he speaks with compassion in chaos and storm. And Arjuna, the prince with valor and fame, now broken by doubt, by loss, guilt and shame. He represents us, the seekers who fall, who struggle to answer the Spirit's call. His pain is our pain, his fears are our own. And Krishna's response is the eternal tone of surrender, of service, of soul's rebirth, of seeing the self as beyond this earth. The purpose, why this song was sung, why was the Gita spoken that day? To light a torch when minds go astray, to teach that true yoga is more than a pose, that knowledge is more than what intellect knows, to tell us, live life, but live it awake, each step with awareness, each breath you take, to teach how to act but not be attached, to do your own duty and not be mismatched, to show that devotion, with heart open wide, is the boat that will cross life's stormiest tide. And when you surrender, with love free of pride, the Lord walks with you as your soul's guide. Structure, 18 chapters of spiritual climb. 18. The chapters, a spiritual arc, each one a lantern in ignorance dark. Let's glimpse what these sacred pages hold before we walk through them, bold yet controlled. Chapter 1. The despair of the brave, where Arjuna breaks, not sure he'll behave. Chapter 2. The summary supreme, where Krishna reveals life is more than it seems. Chapter 3. Karma Yoga, the path of the deed, work without ego, true actions seed. Chapter 4. Divine Wisdom's flame, when action with knowledge is not just a name. Chapter 5. Renunciation's art, true freedom is born in a detached heart. Chapter 6, The Yoga of Mind Control, Meditations the Bridge to Unite the Whole. Chapter 7, Knowledge Supreme, of God's Opulence, His Glory and Dream. And so it flows until chapter 18, where the final message stands bold and serene. Abandon all dharmas and come unto me. I'll free you from bondage, so let it be. Why is it universal? Why now? You may wonder, is this just for Hindus to know, or people in temples with incense aglow? No, my dear friend, this gift is for all, no matter your name, your culture or call. Because the Gita is not about creed, but the soil of the soul, the spirit's seed. It speaks to the parent, the leader, the youth, the monk and the rebel, all seeking the truth. In this age of anxiety, rush, and despair, where screens scream louder than silent prayer, the Gita returns with timeless light to help us discern the wrong from the right, to still the mind, to strengthen the will, to awaken the joy that lies quiet and still, and to realize this, not just believe, that God lives in you, in the breath you receive. Why I began this series, my offering. So why am I here recording this verse? Why unwrap Gita's timeless universe? Because it changed me, it shaped who I am, it lit up my soul, like the sacrificial lamp. I was not born in a palace or shrine, but like many of you, in the tension of time. Life had its chaos, its losses and pain, but the Gita gave meaning, like calm in the rain. Now I wish to share, not from a throne, but as a fellow seeker, walking alone. And if my voice can guide even one soul, then this journey fulfills a greater goal. What you'll find ahead, the chapters to come. Each week, we'll explore a chapter or two, not just translations, but meanings true. Not in Sanskrit's tongue alone will I speak, but in simple truth that the soul does seek. We'll blend the wisdom with stories and life, with joy and doubt, with peace and strife. Whether you're a student, a skeptic, a sage, the Gita has truth for every stage. I'll ask questions and invite you to feel, to see where illusion distorts what is real. And slowly, gently, with each sacred page, you'll see your soul rise from the cage. Final invitation, a sacred beginning. So, dear friend, now I leave you with this. The Gita is not just about war or bliss. It's about you, your purpose and role. It's the voice of the Lord echoing in your soul. Let's begin this series with humble heart, with courage to question, with grace to start. Let's unfold the verses with reverence and care and find that within the Lord waits there. In the next video, we enter the gate where Arjuna weeps, heavy with fate, and from that moment, Krishna shall rise to lift the veil from Arjuna's eyes. Subscribe, follow, or simply just pause. Let the Gita speak to your soul's cause. And as we begin, I say with my breath, may your heart awaken beyond birth and death. Hare Krishna, Om Tat Sat, until we meet again on the path of the Gita.